Hi everyone, and welcome to Cooking with Cricket. Today I have to make a birthday cake for my cousin's daughter. My cousin is Lisa. Her daughter is Bailey. So when Lisa asked me to make her cake, well, they're having her a big, it's Bailey and Sam's, Lisa's husband's, birthday. And Lisa's always wanted to have a Halloween party, so she's going to have them both a birthday / Halloween party. So I'll show the cupcakes that I already made. So when I was asking Lisa what kind of cakes and all, she said that Bailey wanted a confetti cake, and did I know what that was? And I said yes. So and she wants, Bailey really don't care for frosting that much, so Bailey said just to do a vanilla frosting, so I'll do a vanilla buttercream. And I've been testing several confetti cake recipes, and several people has gotten small cakes this week because of the recipes that I've tested. You know, I'm like, here, you want a cake? You want a cake? You know, so and I'll post pictures of the one. So I finally found a recipe yesterday that I really liked. It was nice and fluffy and moist, and it was just really good. So she needs a big cake. They're going to have a lot of people. And the smallest pan I have is this, 13 by 9. Well, the cake needs to be bigger to decorate it how I want to decorate it. So I tested it using my little sheet pans, and the cake came out perfect. And this will be, I will stack it. I'll make 2 separate cakes and stack the cake. So I'll have to make the batter twice. So I know this is a lot of butter, but 3 sticks will be for the 2 cakes. And then I'll make 1 batch of buttercream and a second batch if I need it. So I have everything, and I store my flour and all in the freezer, so I have everything getting to room temperature. And I'll kind of go over it real quick, the steps. I just thought I'd bring you along. And this might be the last cooking video before I go on my little mini vacation. I don't know, I might post another one before we go, but I'll be doing a lot of vlogs and stuff. I haven't been on a vacation, it seems like, in years. So I know I didn't mention this in the other video, but my twin will be singing at Dollywood. It's their like national Southern gospel thing, and there'll be a lot of other groups there. So we can get into Dollywood, and my mom and my stepdad rents a cabin for all of us, for me and my sister and our children. So Mom, you know, likes to have us together with her, and we really appreciate Mom doing this. She says she rented a big 10-bedroom, not 10-bedroom, sleeps 10 cabin. So I done called the couch. Most know with my neck and foot injuries, I sleep better on the couch, and 2, it's because it's got a TV, and I have to have a TV on because I don't sleep well. Anyway, I'll be doing a lot of little vlogs there, but I've decided I'm going to do some shout outs too in them, so make sure you watch, and I'll be doing shout outs. And I want to thank everyone, all of my subscribers and all of my new subscribers. You are awesome. And hang on just a minute. Now I want to give a shout out to Rick Old Salty 65. Real quick this morning, y'all know I get up with the roosters. I was watching, well, my hands, both of my hands today were numb and tingly because you know I had that nerve damage. So I thought I'd watch it for a few YouTube videos, and I was scrolling through and I saw Rick's, I'm a new subscriber to his channel, and he gave me a shout out, and it was the nicest shout out. It was so sweet. And everybody knows my YouTube little brother, it's Big Dude, and Big Dude, it does his shout out videos that's my oven, does his shout out videos, and that's where Rick, we subbed each other through that. And so Rick, Old Salty 65, I'll put a link below. That you had some very nice words, kind words to say, and that just, I don't have a lot to smile about these days, and I'm about to start crying. That put a smile on my face. Let's get started. Real quick, I want to take back what I said previously when I said I don't have a lot to smile about. I should have never said that. I have a lot to smile about. I have all of you, my friends, to smile about. So I retract that statement. But let me prepare my pan. I'm going to generously spray my pan with some non-stick cooking spray and then line it with some parchment paper. I'm going to really get the edges good. And yes, I spray a lot. I don't want my cake to stick. And my hands are clean. I wash my hands so much they get raw. And now we're going to spray over the parchment paper. Those little jimmies that we're going to put in the cake, they like to stick. So now let's get on with the cake. Alright, I'm using my stand-up mixer, but you can use a handheld mixer. But first I need to beat the egg whites. I'm going to use 4 egg whites, and I'm going to start off with the whisk attachment. And we're going to beat the egg whites first because you need a good clean bowl. And then that way we won't have to wash the bowl. We can just put the egg whites in another bowl and continue on with the rest of the ingredients. So let me separate my 4 eggs. So I put them in another bowl, that way if I get shell or anything, I can get it out. Let me go ahead and tell you where I got this recipe from. I've tested a lot, been on the internet. I finally found one from Laura Vitale, from Laura in the Kitchen, and I will put the link. She's a real famous YouTuber, and been on the cooking channel and everything. So let me wash this off my hand. And y'all know my kitchen is so tiny, so I just have to keep readjusting. Okay, I'm just gonna whip up my egg whites to stiff peaks, and then I'll be back. Alright, my egg whites are nice and fluffy, so I'm gonna remove the whisk. I'm not going to wash out this pan. Just put these in a bowl, and then we'll get started on the rest of the ingredients. But we'll set these aside. Alright, same bowl, paddle attachment. I have 3/4 cup of room temperature butter. That's 1.5 sticks. I'm going to add that in. You don't want your butter melted. You just want it real good and softened at room temperature. Now mine, I did chop it up a little bit and put it in the microwave at very low power for like 10 seconds. And then I have 1.25 cup of white granulated sugar. And we're going to mix these together until it's light and fluffy. Now I'm going to add 1/4 cup of sour cream and 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract. Now we're going to mix this together until it's combined. Let me scrape down my bowl. The reason why I'm not doubling the recipe to go ahead and bake both of them is this mixer is not big enough. This mixer is old. I've had it probably about 10 years. Now in this bowl, if you can see it real good, I have 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour, 2.5 teaspoons of baking powder, and a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. I'm just going to mix it together with my whisk. We're going to add half of the flour mixture and then half of the milk. And I have 1 cup of whole milk. So we'll add half of the flour mixture, half of the milk. We'll let that get combined, and then we'll add the rest of the flour and finish with the milk. You just want to mix it until it's combined. And then I'll meet you at my table and we'll fold in the egg whites. And I almost forgot the little sprinkles. So right now I'm going to add, I have these colors, and I know right now it's morning and the lighting isn't good and everything at my table looks orange. But these are the candy corn colors, and the jimmies really do work best. But you want to add about 3 tablespoons. And on the next layer, it's going to be these colors. The purple, black, and orange. So let's mix this in real good. You can add your jimmies after you add the last bit of milk and let the mixer mix it in. Scrape your bowl down real good and give it a good mix before we add the egg whites. Now we want to be gentle stirring in the egg whites because we don't want to lose all that air that we just mixed in. So I'm going to add just a little bit. Kind of fold this in, get this mixed in, lighten up the batter. And I do want to say hey to my YouTube brother, Big Dude. Y'all go check out his channel. You will just love him. He does all kind of shout outs. He does intros for your channels. He raps. He tells stories. And he does a lot of tag videos. And he does sub for sub videos. And he's my YouTube little brother. But up in while I'm up in the mountains, I will be doing a lot of shout outs. A lot of nice sweet people has given me shout outs. So just keep watching and I will give you a shout out on my mini vacation. So I'll be doing a lot of vlogs. Now, if the cabin has Wi-Fi, I'll be able to get them uploaded while I'm there. If not, I'll have to wait till I get back home. On my mobile phone, I have an iPhone. I can watch my subscribers' videos on it, but I don't know how to comment on there. If you know how to comment from your mobile phone, especially an iPhone, let me know. Because I just can't figure it out, and I'm not smart when it comes to phones and stuff. But once you get your egg whites folded in, we're going to pour it in our prepared pan. I made a recipe earlier in the week, another recipe. It was okay, but the cake was kind of real dense. And like I said, I've been testing a lot. And I came across this one and made this one yesterday, and it was good. And you can use round cake pans, any cake pans that you like. Just make sure you spray it real good, line it with some parchment paper. I have my oven preheated to 350 degrees. And this will bake 20-30 minutes. Until a toothpick inserted in the center of it comes out clean. So I'm going to get cleaned up a little bit, get my next batter made, and then when this cake gets done, I'll bring you back and show you what it looks like. And here's my first cake that come out of the oven. I've got it sitting on a wire rack. I'm going to let it cool in the pan for about 10 or 15 minutes. And then the fun part's going to be flipping it without breaking it. So what I'll do is when it gets good and I really want the top to be cooled, I'll sprinkle it with a little powdered sugar, I'll lay a piece of wax paper across the top and then get another pan inverted and flip it onto that one. And then I'm probably gonna put it in the freezer for a little bit when I get ready to lay them on my cake board to frost them, because when I flip it off of that, I don't want it to break. So if you bake these in a like an 8 or 9 inch round pan or square pan, you shouldn't have that problem. So I've got the other cake in the oven. I'll be back when I get everything cleaned up and get ready to make the frosting. Alright, let's make some buttercream frosting. Stand up mixer with my paddle attachment, and you can use a handheld mixer. I'm going to add 2 sticks of butter. That's 1 cup of butter that has softened to room temperature. You really don't want to melt this. If you have to put it in the microwave, make sure you just put it on a few seconds at a time on low power, because you really don't want this to melt. You just want it to be good and soft. So I'm going to mix this butter up, cream the butter up for a little bit. I'm going to scrape it down one time and blend it for just about another 30 seconds. Now I'm going to go ahead and add about a cup of powdered sugar, or confectioner sugar, or icing sugar. I'll sprinkle that in there. Start it off on low because you don't want that sugar going everywhere. And once that gets mixed in just a little bit, I'm going to add about a ½ tablespoon of vanilla extract. You can always adjust that later. And I'm going to add a tablespoon of milk. Then I'm going to add another cup of powdered sugar. Now I'm going to cut the camera off. I have a little secret ingredient that I add. Most cooks have their secret ingredients. It won't change if you make this at home. It won't change the outcome. This is just my little secret ingredient. I'll be right back. Alright, I have that incorporated, and I'm going to add my 3rd cup of sugar. And each time I add in a cup, I'm going to let it get fully incorporated. Now you'll probably faint at the amount of powdered sugar that I put in here, but I am decorating a cake, and I need the frosting to be just a little bit stiff, but I'm going to show you my trick on that. Now if you're making this and it gets too stiff, add a little bit more milk. If it's still too runny, add up some more powdered sugar. Now I want to show you the consistency that it's at now. Still kind of drops off the spatula. But that would be a good consistency, around 4.5 to 5 cups of sugar. But I'm going to add about another cup. And when I get it to how I like it, I'm going to show you my trick. And then when you get it at this stage, it'll work perfect too. Alright, I want to show you now the consistency. It's pretty thick. So I've got my bowl scraped down real good. And so remember the consistency. So I'll show it how it changes when I get done. Now I'm going to turn my mixer on high and let it whip for around 5 minutes. Medium high, not full high. Alright, now let me show you the consistency. It just whips it up. Well, let me get this. See, it still holds its place, but it's sliding. And it whips it up, makes it light and airy, and it's not as thick, but it's still going to hold its shape when I pipe and stuff. So I will be back and show you the finished cake. I'm not real good at decorating, so I've been making little I made my homemade fondant, marshmallow fondant, made some leaves and stuff. I've made little tombstones and bones and rocks. So I've got something in my mind, but I'll try to figure it out. But I'll be back later. And this is my finished cake. I'm not that good at decorating, but I made some marshmallow fondant and made the leaves. I made the tombstones and the bones, and I even made the rocks. So everything on here is edible. And of course the ghosts are peeps. Made the little pumpkin. But, and I'm not good at writing. So anyway, here's my finished cake. And so using the sheet pan, like I did, actually made the cake its perfect length. And it's not so high like if I use that 13 by 9 inch pan. So I like it. I may start testing other cakes like that. And then I piled leaves on the back of the tombstones because I have a straw inserted down in there so they don't fall over. Anyway, y'all go check out the channels that I mentioned. And my next video should be coming from my vacation. Or I may post another cooking video in between then. I don't know. It's whatever I have time to do. But and if I have Wi-Fi, I'll be uploading. And remember, how do you comment from a mobile phone? I have an iPhone. I haven't been able to figure that out. So just let me know. And I'll be giving more shout outs in my vacation videos. So be on the lookout. I just wanted to show you a cake I made. The confetti cake that I'm having to make for my cousin's birthday. I tested another recipe and I love it. So Jeannie, when they have dinners at their work and all, she'll ask me to make something for them. So I made this since I had to make it anyway. I even made the little pumpkins and the leaves. So, and I made the buttercream frosting. So, yeah. Alright, here's some, it's made from scratch chocolate cupcake batter mix and the chocolate buttercream frosting. And I did a white chocolate drizzle. These are for my cousin's Halloween party too. Just thought I'd show them to you. And I put me a couple back to taste, but I've been eating on this frosting to about have a sugar rush going on. It is so good. I make my chocolate buttercream taste like fudge because I actually put fudge in it and hot fudge sauce, and it gives it just an awesome, awesome flavor. So there that is.